Hey guys, Shadow Sigmas here. And in today, we're not going to be reviewing one of my old videos, MM2 on Roblox. Instead, we're going to be doing the infamous commentary video. We're back with another commentary. I haven't done one of these since the life update video, and I haven't done a serious one since the old David Blades one a couple months back. But this one isn't going to be about David Blades. He's moved on with his life. I respect him for that. He's moved on from all his past actions, all his past mistakes. So I'm glad where he is now. I'm glad he left that all behind him. Anyway, our new character, Raidog. Now, where do we even start with old Raidog? You know, King Jank 2.0, as some refer to him. A mix like David Blades Reborn, like him in Game War. Like, you combine him in Game War, Raidog in Game War, you get David Blades. So, yeah. So let's just go all the way back. So I met Raidog in Outlaster, as I meet most of these guys, apart from a few. And if you're playing Outlaster on a consistent basis, as I have, you're mentally ill. I'm mentally ill. I'm kidding, of course, but you know what I mean. So met him through Roblox. He was Robot originally, and we let him in the Discord server. When I mean we and whoever. Yeah, he just joined the game. Tallyman Blight, that was his old user. He joined the game. He joined the game. What am I saying? He joined the Discord, and he was a bit quirky guy. He had a lot going on. Very outgoing personality. Really wanted to be in control, be like a dominant presence, if that makes sense. So he really asserted himself. I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Not to the extent of David Blades. Raidog is to Raidog's credit, he's nowhere on David Blades' level. David Blades was truly something different. Well, Raidog, people thought it was just another David Blades with the way he was acting and the way his personality gave off. At first, I liked him. You know what? He was nice to me. He kind of glazed me a bit, and I kind of clouded my judgment of him like others did. There was a poll ultimately, months and months back, if we wanted to ban him or not. I didn't want to ban him. I didn't want to kick him. And that caused, people to leave the server and whatnot, but I felt it was unjustified just because, he rubbed people the wrong way in Outlaster didn't mean he was an awful person. So we're gonna skip forward a couple of months to present day right now. I don't like Raidog. I don't really want to talk to Raidog anymore. I'm not a fan of his. I am not a fan of his, and that is because I see who he is. I see who Raidog is as a person. Not as a person, but only through Discord, which is where I only interact with him. So let me just get to it. Let me just hop right into it. Raidog. He only seeks power on. That sounds so stupid. For me, that sounds stupid to say, but I'll just read off examples and specific evidence to justify that claim. Alright, let me go all the way back. Raidog, he's not in my server anymore. He doesn't want anything to do with me, and I think that is because he's not mod. He wasn't mod in my server. I never gave him mod. Well, he was mod, potentially. I'm, forgetting this months ago. But ultimately, I think it was my choice. I don't want him mod in my server. That's a bad look. That's a bad image. I don't want him kicking, banning people that I don't agree with myself. And, yeah. And, other servers, other Outlast servers, John Laster, Birdie's Island, which he was in for a little bit before he got kicked again. Say it, kind of Kingdom. These are just examples of Outlaster servers. In general, he doesn't have any power in. He's since left. He's only in servers he has mod in. Madagascar Island. He created his own server. He's in the Goons. He has mod in the Goons. He has mod in, Madeline's new server. So he only interacts in servers he is mod in, as opposed. There's one exception. That is Akshay's Island. I don't believe he's mod in Akshay's Island, but there is a reason he only stays in that server. He only really interacts there now, pretty much, because I feel like he sees Akshay as the top dog, the top guy, which is, fair respect, but I think he's doing whatever it takes to get on their good side, and he's doing whatever it takes to glaze them. When I mean them, I mean actually the other individuals in that server who, I'm chill with, no disrespect to them, but I don't know how they don't see through it. I don't know how they don't see through it with him. Also, the Link situation, Link versus Raidog, that was another big thing, big relevancy, in this Discord community we got. I like, Link was cool. He played a couple of my Outlaster events. I thought he was a fine guy. Didn't have an issue with him. But ultimately, Raidog became mod in Link's server, with only in like a day, right? Only a couple days of them working together in Link's Discord server, like Outlaster or whatever. Link had enough of Raidog. He had enough of him. He was fed up with his antics, fed up with his actions, fed up with what he was saying after he gave him mod. So he revoked his mod, and after Raidog, I'm assuming, blew up at him, and didn't want anything because he doesn't have mod anymore. What's the point of Raidog being in the server? What's the point of him interacting in the server if he doesn't have any power? If he doesn't have any control or say on what's going on? He's not going to be there. So also, Raidog, in his bio, he had Link as his best friend. I think he had only known Link at most for a week up to that point, and he had Link as his best friend. Just thought he thought he would get power in the Outlaster community being friends with Link, just acting as Link's little boy or little sheep or whatnot. And he did the same with Book. I think he helped Book out with a season. He tried being Book's little sheep. He was Link's little sheep. He really made a group chat of all the server owners, all the Outlaster server owners, me, Akshay, LT, John. I don't think John was in there. Birdie, I don't know if Birdie was in there either. I'm this is months and months ago, of people he would keep after he quote unquote retired, but he never retired. He said he would quit and whatnot. I've quit hosting. Yes, I don't host. I only play /host, but that's different. He said he would fully quit. He would just stop playing, hosting, and whatnot. He still plays. He still plays to this day. He still interacts in the communities in this day. I don't know what. I think maybe that's just to get attention. That's just to make people care and value his presence. And he did that with the server. And he made that group chat. All the people I want to see after I quote unquote leave this community. And he hasn't, and that was, I think, in just to gain favor with those with those Discord server owners, so he would get power, so he would have some sort of value in those servers, which just sounds so stupid to say, but I see through it. That's exactly what he's doing, right? Plus, whatever I said earlier with this personality and how he rubbed people the wrong way, plus all these antics, plus what he's doing. I see right through him. All right. He went from he was a D1 glazer of me. I never asked him to glaze or say anything really special about me, but he did it for months. He did it for months last year, and my IRL friends actually caught onto it. And we're just so confused. Why is this guy just glazing you in this Discord server? And I explained to them I don't know. I don't know why he does that. Well, he did that because he thought I owned Shadowlaster, my own Discord Outlaster server, and he thought that gave me, oh, Shadow, here's this dominant figure, here's this guy who can help me, get power, as I said a million times so far. And once he realized that, hey, I don't have mod anymore in his server, as I mentioned earlier, and hey, he's starting to not like me anymore, let me go find someone else. He obviously went with Book. He helped Book out, and now he's in Akshay's Island, and now he is glazing one of my good friends of mine, Big Boss, a.k.a. John Kaner, a.k.a. Little Femboy. I'm kidding, that's Alex. So yeah, he now D1 glazes him because he owns the Goons, which is, probably behind Akshay's Island, his second most frequented server. So he's glazing people he sees as role models potentially, as people with power, as people with value in the community, and that's all he sees. He doesn't value genuine connection with people. Like, as soon as he sees you as useless, as soon as he doesn't value you anymore, you're dead to him. You're completely dead to him. And that's really all I want to get at in this video, was just that, like, revelation of his. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I had to say. That was, like, everything up to this point has been leading up to that revelation. How he just doesn't, as soon as, let's say I get, as soon as I close Shadow, like, as soon as I delete Shadow Lasher, like, if I didn't already say to him, don't speak to me, he would have probably never spoke to me again. Like, that sounds so stupid, but I really I think that's true. I really believe that. So that's all. 12 minutes of commentary. Wow. Well, I had a lot to cover. I feel like if you guys got some of that, like, got the gist of what I was saying, I'll deeply appreciate it, and stay tuned for more.